Hey, Aaron Adams here, Infinity Investing. Want to take a few minutes today and break down for you wholesaling. Now, wholesaling is a word that everybody knows, but as it applies to real estate, it's a very specific strategy. One that I started 22 years ago when I first got into real estate, and one that I continue to use aggressively today. And so it's not a new strategy, a newbie strategy. It's not an advanced strategy. It's something that once you learn how to do it, you'll use over and over again throughout your real estate career. The principle behind wholesaling is best explained if I just give you a basic example. If I find a deal for $100,000 and I know that another investor would buy it tomorrow as is in the same condition for $110,000, then all I have to do is get that deal under contract. If I have a contract to buy it for $100K signed by the seller, then I take pictures of that deal and put together some information. Maybe I put a budget together and send that information to that other investor and say, hey, I have a deal for you for $110,000. Here's the photos, here's the budget. What do you think? As soon as they say, yes, I'm good with that, then I turn around and say, great, here's the contract. When you buy it from the seller for $100,000, cut me a check for 10 grand, the difference. That's wholesaling. I don't usually ever even have to close on the deal myself. And so it's great because as long as I know buyers are looking for deals and I know what they think a good deal is, then I just have to buy or get a deal under contract a little bit cheaper than that for them. I've wholesaled apartment buildings, I've wholesaled trailer parks, I've wholesaled trailers themselves. Because when you are actively doing real estate, you can never have too many good deals. And so when I do marketing campaigns, I'm going to talk about the strategies that are my keys to finding wholesale deals. When you do different campaigns to find investors, you'll get deals that you don't want or don't fit with what you're looking for, but are still good deals. Recently, I came across a commercial building that was a great deal. And it just wasn't a great deal for me. I wasn't looking for that kind of commercial building, but I knew an investor who was. And so I was able to wholesale that over to them and assign that contract to them and pocket the difference. And so it's a really, really great strategy. Now, there's several different ways that we find deals themselves. And as we're finding deals, then that creates opportunities to wholesale. And so at Infinity Investing, we actually have a class at the infinityinvesting.com on wholesaling. And in that video, we break down for you over several hours exactly how we do this strategy. We show you how to find buyers for the deals that you're going to find. We show you how to communicate with the sellers. There's a whole process that's involved with that we teach you how to do, because people are like, where am I going to get the money? Well, you don't need a lot of money because you're not going to buy the deal. Where do I find people to wholesale to? We teach you how to do that. It's pretty easy. What do I say to the sellers? And we give you those scripts and we break that down for you. But there's a few things I want to just break down for you briefly today so that you can really kind of understand this strategy and see if it's something you want to pursue. And if you do, go to infinityinvesting.com and get signed up at our free basic membership and watch the wholesaling video that we have there in that area that I teach with one of my partners, Travis, out of Charlotte. So one of the first ways that I love is driving for dollars. I literally today was looking at a triplex here in Idaho to buy. And next to it was this boarded up building. And I was with some partners and the realtor. And I said, hey, let's find the guy who owns that building. And the realtor said, oh, that used to be the old Coca-Cola bottling plant back in the 1940s and 1950s. I'm like, that's cool. And he said, XYZ and old man owns it. He's like 90. And my partners go, oh, that's who owns it? We know him. And I immediately said, you do? Because I'd love to buy this building. And they said, yeah, we'll call him and talk to his kids. I mean, his son's like 70. And so we were out in the neighborhood. There wasn't a listing on that deal. There wasn't a for sale sign on that deal. It wasn't on the market. And because we knew who the owner was, we're going to call them today and see if they're interested in selling that building. Now, it may not turn into anything, but that's driving for dollars. I will literally drive neighborhoods, look for boarded up properties, look for abandoned properties, look for overgrown grass properties, and then I'll go to the tax records and find the owner. Now, once I find the owner, There's actually several really good websites that you can use to get the information of a property owner. And we teach you those in the wholesaling class. I'll either send them a letter or I'll call them, because you can even find their phone number. We teach you how to find their phone number. Or I'll text them, or I'll do all three. And the common kind of messaging that I use, in whether it's a letter or a postcard, or whether I call them directly or whether I text them, is, hey, I was driving by your property today at XYZ address, and I'm interested in purchasing it. I have cash. Would you be open to an offer? That's it. It's a very, very simple approach. You're not trying to misrepresent anything that you're doing. You're just starting a conversation. Now, you'll get 99 people that'll say no or hang up or not, or blow you off, but you only need that one response. And so we're sending out in between Kansas City, Idaho, Indianapolis, Charlotte, we're sending out thousands of text messages every day to property owners, asking them if they would be open to an offer on their property. We're sending out hundreds of letters every month. Recently, I had a trailer park that I sent a letter to every resident in that trailer park through the mail with a stamp on it. And it was just a picture of my family, and it said, hi, my wife and I are interested in buying your home and buying a home in the park. We're sending you and every one of your neighbors this same letter. If you have any interest, we realize that your home's not for sale, but we'd love to buy it and we have cash. And that was it. And I got a 15% response rate, where people were like, yeah, not now, or in 6 months, or is this a scam, or are you for real? Okay. And so I don't have to buy any of the deals. I can't emphasize that enough. You just have to get them under contract, and then use the network that we teach you how to create of buyers to go to them and say, are you interested in this deal? I buy deals from wholesalers every month. We're buying 50 properties a month on a busy month. And I would say these days, probably 25% of what I buy is from a wholesaler. So I like to wholesale deals to people. I like to buy from wholesalers. It's having this abundance mindset about deals and learning how real estate works, and it works with and based on relationships. And so the final kind of thing that I would think about is, if you know an investor, let's say, I buy in Charlotte, I buy in Winston-Salem, I buy in Dallas, I buy in Southeast Idaho, I buy in Kansas City, I buy in Indianapolis. So now, hypothetically, an investor in those markets, and we would be happy to share with you where we're buying and what kinds of deals we're looking for, because we're open to deals from any outlet. We just need deals. You can never have too many. And so when you know an investor in the market that you're working in, like me, who's looking for deals, then it makes it that much easier. And so you could literally work backwards, because if I say to you, for example, any single family home under 150,000 in Idaho Falls, Idaho is interesting to me, well, that gives you a starting point, and gives you kind of a target to what you're looking for. And so if this idea of doing real estate where you don't have to buy the deal, you don't have to deal with tenants, and you learn how to find deals is something that interests you, then go to Infinity Investing, watch our 3-hour wholesaling training. If you're still interested, we do an advanced live 2-day training every month in Indianapolis. We'd love to have you attend that, and get going on this path of education. If you've always thought about getting into real estate, this is a great way to get started. If you are a real estate investor and you just don't have enough deals, then learning what we're doing, we can add to your toolbox. We can help you grow and more efficiently structure what you're doing. Text messages are probably my best source of deals right now. We do these mass text campaigns, and we're happy to show you exactly how we put them together. So hopefully we'll see you at one of our future trainings or one of our workshops. Remember, Infinity Investing has that monthly workshop on a Saturday all day, where we go over all things stock, all things real estate. Love to have you join us for that, absolutely free. Thanks for taking a few minutes today to join me.